Hello. Late. I know I'm starting really late. We'll be getting going here in just a moment. I probably won't stream for super long. We'll see. Probably about an hour. I do have to get some sleep. Who's the dev on this again? Alpha 6 Games. Okay. Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're going to be taking a first look at a game which came out on January 10th, of which I've seen almost no coverage for, and that game is 12 Months Vietnam. It is kind of a personnel management game, very basic on the visuals, but it is a game where you're basically managing, I think it says a battalion, but it's really like 40 guys. It's like a platoon of soldiers, and you're trying to decide, like, you know, how do you manage these guys as they go through a tour of duty, who goes on duty, who goes off when you send troops out on a mission, and then also just like, soldiers getting discharged, soldiers getting awards, promotions, things like that. Very basic UI. I think it might be a one-man company or whatever. It's Alpha 6. Let me just double check here. The name of the developer is Alpha 6 Games. I haven't seen them make anything else. Seems to be their first game. It is available on Steam. It's only $7. But it's an interesting looking game. You can see here, like, your troops have, this is sort of the award template, so you can like see who all has different awards and things like that, which matters when you get into the units. But we can take a look at that, and let's just go ahead and start a new campaign. I wish this zoomed in a bit more because you really can't see it here, but basically we're a captain of an S1 personnel officer in the 173rd Airborne Brigade. It is 1965. I'm hereby assigned to the S1 personnel officer, responsible for the administration, disposition, and combat readiness of the brigade's helicopter assault platoon. So I guess we're commanding a platoon. The unit designated as the tip of the spear. Your charge is to maintain the platoon's manpower, morale, and combat value so that it remains deployable on short notice. Scope of responsibility: your personnel administration, promotion, discharge, service records, award documentation, manpower management assigned to crews, missions, schedules, duties, heavy rotation, rest, blah, blah, blah. Casualty and morale, force readiness. I have the authority to enact accelerated promotions upon written recommendations of platoon leadership. I may authorize emergency retention for personnel meeting required morale and medical standards up to brigade policy limits. I do not possess the authority to alter operational missions, targets, change sortie plans, or override medical discharge assignments. Yeah, so anyway, it gives some information here, but we'll go ahead and move forward here. So this is like the core of the game. It is basically a list of names with information. Again, it looks good on my screen. I don't know how great it looks here. The text is pretty small, but you've got a bunch of different officers here. William Bill Turner, or not officer, yeah, he's the second lieutenant. He is the platoon leader, born in 1940, Boston, Massachusetts, 12 months left on his tour. He's the oldest of 6, raised his siblings while his father worked nights, joined to provide for them, keeps a folded family photo in his helmet. So, like, interesting little tidbits there. I don't know how much they actually matter for the game. Ooh, Harold Hal Jenkins down here, private, rifleman, born Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's my boy. Valentine's baby, hopeless romantic, sends a weekly letter to the girl who promised to wait. So, you know, you got what, like 40 or 30 of these guys, and you've got like this information here. Can I put guys in reserve? I can. I don't know what the reserve does. But in any event, you've got, like, this is the basis of your personnel management. You've got promotion options here, although no one is available to be promoted at this time. Briefings is where you play your missions. We'll go there soon. FNGs are where new replacements come in. There can be base events here, but there's no pending events on the base right now. You can discharge soldiers, I assume, if they're like not fit to go out on missions or things like that. You've got a record of your KIA, of which we have none yet. You've got records. I guess this is my captain and my service medals. So I guess that's my records. Wounded soldiers, discharged soldiers, and then off duty. That just brings me back to the main menu. You can see here the morale is laid out for each soldier, 81, 82, 78. You can see all those guys. Usually I would say if someone's morale is low, we would remove them from the operation. It does influence your combat value here. So you can see 30 out of 30 men ready for action. Team morale averages out to 70.15. It is January 5th of 1965 right now. I don't remember where we're deployed. It gave us a unit, but I don't know exactly. I think we might be in the Central Highlands. But you can see some of these guys, their morale varies greatly. Everybody is above a 60 right now, it looks like. Actually, no. Johnny Rees is at 58. Los Angeles, California. Grew up in East LA, in and out of trouble. Joined the army instead of trouble. Misses his mom's cooking. We'll put him on the base so he's off this next mission. His morale, I don't like it when guys' morale is below 60. That's going to be inevitable as operations pick up, but that is where we find ourselves. And thank you very much, Aussie. Glad to see you here. It's pretty unreadable. God damn. Well, shoot. I'm probably only going to play for an hour, so if it's a bad stream, I don't know. Darn. In any event, let's go ahead and do a briefing, play a mission here, so you can barely read on the lower right-hand corner here, the mission here. I wish they could make these, like, I can't scroll these out. I can't, like, make them bigger, so that's kind of unfortunate. But you can see here, helicopter insertion near Pleiku, so Central Highlands. It is the 10th. I guess that's actually May 10th, so I was wrong on the dates. May 10th, Pleiku, Central Highlands, Vietnam. When ready, assign, commence the operation. So go down here and hit assign. Smoke spotted over the planned LZ. What are you going to do? You're going to land at the planned LZ or divert to a nearby clearing? I'm going to divert to a nearby clearing because to me, smoke over the LZ is bad news. Movements in the tree line right after touchdown. Open fire to secure the perimeter or hold fire and observe. We'll hold fire and observe. Friendly helo crashes 1 kilometer away. Survivors are reported. We can either stay on mission or detach a rescue element. We'll detach a rescue element. Everybody gets their combat infantryman badge. Now you can see all of these charts updated here with the little rifle on the icon here. Following soldiers are wounded: Hal Jenkins and Marvin Long. No casualties, so no one's killed. Charlie Chuck Dempsey displays extraordinary bravery under fire. Ronald Ron Bailey showed exemplary conduct during the operations. And that is the mission. So that's kind of how this game unfolds. We do have Private Harold Hal Jenkins is off mission now. He is wounded. And then you can see the morale changed here if you can actually read any of this. But yeah, we've got morale all down here. Did Johnny Reeves get his morale above 50? He did. It popped up from 59 to 60. Is everybody? No. So Tom Grayson is at 56. So we'll bring him off base or off the next mission. We'll also bring Edward Eddie Brooks off mission because his morale was below 60. I don't know that 60 is any kind of like magical marker or anything like that, but that's kind of how I think about it. Is I'd like to keep everybody above 60 if I can. Ralph Skimpy Dixon, S Private, also, let's pull him off. You can have up to 5 people off mission. You can see our combat value started after the first mission at 100. It's at 95, having pulled these guys off. So we will see here. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. So, are there any base events? Extra drills and downtime. The platoon senior enlisted requests permission to run extra drills during downtime. Little extra discipline never hurt anybody, but it'll hurt their morale. And I don't know how it'll influence combat value, but I'm going to decline. Skimpy Dixon is not happy. Maybe he was the one recommending. We'll pull him back off. Actually, Denny Clark also. Man, that base event made some of my NCOs not so happy. You'd think it would make the men happy, but some of their morale dropped too. Or maybe those are the wounded guys coming back. No replacements because we haven't lost anybody yet. 24 of our 30 are going to go out on the next mission. 92 combat value, no promotions available. We'll go with the briefing. So mission patrol is in the Idrang Valley. It is the 25th of May now. We'll go out on mission. Narrow river crossing with poor visibility. Cross now to keep schedule. Wait and set security and recon at daylight. Yeah, no nighttime ambush for me. Fresh tracks on the jungle trail. Shadow cautiously at a distance because I'm a coward. Extraction LZ lightly contested. Shift to alternate LZ. I don't want to get my boys killed. And so like that's the way the game unfolds. Does get a little bit repetitive. Really interesting concept, but you can see no wounds sustained, no casualties. Ron Bailey showed exemplary conduct during the operation. So I don't know, like I don't see that there's any report of like, oh, you failed or you did a bad job or whatever. I assume promotions and things like that depend on doing well, maybe. A lot of these guys' morale's still in the 50s. The two of them got back up into 60s. So yeah, I don't fully know like how the game grades me. Other than like, I know if I'm more aggressive, I'm more likely to get take casualties here. But you can see our team morale's dropped to 68%. Go on the next mission, and it just kind of keeps repeating like this. Obviously these missions are all different, and the challenges are different here. So uncooperated village, suspected near a weapons cache, cordon and search, booby trap signs are spotted near a hut. No dynamic entry. That sounds like a way to get men killed. Engineers clear slowly. Enemies probing my flank at dusk. That seems like an ambush attempt to trigger an ambush. So we'll break contact to night perimeter. Okay, so we'll see what happened here. Following soldiers were wounded. Rick Simmons, and no casualties. Johnny Reeves showed exemplary conduct during the operation. So I wonder if more promotions are available to me in the event that like I am more aggressive and my boys do better. But yeah, so we'll put this guy back. He's at 61, 59, 58, 60, and 59. So yeah, these guys are maybe getting a little tired. They need a little bit of a break. Average morale is 65, so it's down pretty considerably. It goes up if I pull some of those low morale guys out of the mission. But all right, anybody still wounded? No? Okay. Anybody ready to promote? No? I wonder, there's no real way I can't really like do anything with these guys. No FNGs because we still haven't taken any KIAs. Nobody's been discharged yet. I think people get discharged from their wounds and stuff, like medical discharges. No base events, so we just go back to another mission here. Coastal region of South Vietnam. Helicopter air assault. So it seems like we jump around a little bit. Smoke over the LZ. I don't want to land helicopters on a sandbar. That sounds risky. Land at the planned LZ. Movement in dune vegetation after shutdown or touchdown. Secure the perimeter. Friendly helo auto rotates a kilometer inland. Survivors are reported. Detach a rescue element. Okay, so this is June 20th now. So we've been here a month. Michael Landry, Anthony Russo, both wounded. Bruce Henderson Paul, PJ suffered exemplary conduct. Larry Costello showed exemplary conduct, and the mission is complete. So still no one who's been KIA, so that's good news for us. I've got a combat infantryman badge, I guess. Although I don't know that I'm on any of these missions. I've got a couple of like a Vietnam service medal, a couple of other medals. Corporal Landry's the only one currently wounded from this mission. Other guys must have been like walking wounded. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Are we talking about JFK and whether he would have gotten us out of Vietnam or not? All right. So average morale 65, active. Right. All right, so let's, I guess, do another mission unless there's any base events. Civilian clothing on base? Sure. Several soldiers want to wear civilian clothing on instead of the compound, or in the compound. I don't see the reason not to. You know, uniform standards, whatever. But this will help my boys' morale, so we'll let them wear uniforms. Or clothes. Alright, multiple companies advancing. So this is an operation with multiple companies advancing. Contact reported near phase line red. Advance deliberately with bounding overwatch. Suspected enemy strong point in thick brush. We can flank and fix before assault or frontal assault to maintain momentum. Flank and fix. If Burden of Command taught me anything, it's flank and fix. Heavy wounded across platoons. Cast windows tight. Secure LZ and prioritize medevac. Operation Hump. Warzone D near Ben Hoa, South Vietnam. Edward Brooks, Jerry Klein, Larry Costello, Robert Bobby Delgado, all wounded. Nobody killed. PJ Jefferson extors exemplary bravery under fire. So this is us going all like, hey, let's not get people killed, right? What happens if we try to get people killed? Well, maybe not try to get people killed, but what happens if we decide we're going to be more aggressive, right? Because I've been pretty much going with a more passive option in almost every single one of these cases in an effort to like, yeah, I'm not ignoring my mission. Most of these options are not, hey, do you want to ignore your mission? But, you know, I haven't exactly been towing the company line and doing the middle management bit of, you know, company knows best, charge everybody forward. So I don't know what reserve does. Does it help their morale if I put them in reserve? I guess we can see. I can put 2 guys in reserve. Does it impact morale? Not really, but maybe it'll impact how much morale hit they take. Anybody wounded for this? We've got 2 guys out for the next mission. Wounded. Still nobody KIA. Still no extra awards for me. No FNGs because no KIAs. No base events. So let's, and I can't promote anybody. So let's do, let's see what the, Arvin, Joint Arvin Coastal Air Assault, okay. Arvin RF outpost signal smoke near the planned coastal LZ. Coordinate with ground elements and land at the planned LZ. We could follow Arvin's suggestion, but fuck them. We're going in. Movement detected in the dune vegetation. Arvin's squad reports possible civilians in the area. Open fire, boys. What are they doing around our helicopters? Helicopter crashed a kilometer inland. Arvin wants to do a rescue. Arvin, you can do your own coastal rescue. We're going for the mission. So this was a more aggressive approach, right? We did everything by the book. We listened to the brass and said, all right, what do you want to do? Apparently, Michael Landry was wounded. No casualties. Bruce Henderson, Gene Carter, Charles Dempsey displayed extraordinary bravery under fire. Larry Costello, PJ Jefferson, and Ronald Bailey showed exemplary conduct during the operation. So nobody was killed. We do have, nobody's wounded. All the walking wounded are back. Nobody's been discharged. I guess we got another award for something. I'm not sure what. It'd be nice if you go to records, if I can like click on it, what that would mean. I guess we can go off duty and go here. So this is what? Republic Vietnam Gallantry Cross? I'm not on these missions, so I don't know what's happening here. But, yeah. Okay. And then base events, nothing. We did just do the... yeah. Okay. So let's get everybody back on mission here. Rick must be wounded or something. All right. Because active 30. So did someone get discharged? No? Okay. All right. So morale is down to 60. Morale is falling fast. We're into July though. So we've been here for a little while. 53, 56, 53, 55, 54. Oh, I can't put anybody off. Okay, well, let's go ahead and for the next mission. All right, so staggered lift possible. Weather front is moving in from the west. 2 waves, second in reserve. Nah, single wave to mass combat power. Gunships can prep the LZ, but fuel is tight. Short rocket run and then insertion. Push to a nearby ridge or hold and consolidate. There is no other wave. We did the one wave. Push to the ridge. Ridges are good, I think. Edward Eddie Brooks, Bruce Henderson, Ralph Skippy Dixon all wounded. Uh-oh. Kenneth Kenny Freeman was killed. Raymond Foster. Oh no, so Kenneth Kenny Freeman was killed. We took 1 KIA in this mission. Okay. Anything happened to my records? No. Poor boys. First KIA, Private First Class Kenny Freeman. Deceased. Indianapolis, Indiana. Was in a seminary school, still prays every morning, believes God something. I can't see it around the thing. Oh no. Okay. There's this weird little thing I've noticed when you go to like these, if you click on this person, like it shows you their award, like their summary, but then you can't hit the X button. So it must be some kind of bug. Apparently I can reset it just by going off duty and back here. So we've got the 1 KA. Henderson's still wounded. Private Eddie Brooks was discharged, probably from his wounds. So he's a former Gold Glove boxer. Mean right hook, soft spot for stray dogs, and his something in his gear. From Atlanta, Georgia, he had 9 months left on his tour of duty before he was discharged. Again, same issue here. I can't get rid of the discharged list. I don't know what's up with that. All right. So morale is getting low. It's down to 56 average. Combat power still at 96. No replacements yet. We did lose one man. Gene Carter needs a break. His morale's at under 50, so we'll definitely prioritize anyone who's under 50. William Turner, you're the LT. I don't know if I want anybody going out on missions without you, but you're also pretty low. Albert Martinez is down to 49. We'll also pull him off mission. Let's do the 2 guys at 50. So it does get our morale up a little bit for who's going on mission, and then Hal Jenkins. So team morale of the guys going out on mission is a 58.45. Extra guard shifts. A soldier volunteers to take an extra guard shift so his buddy can rest. Sure. All right, so that helps team morale a bit. So we're 3 months in, so we started in May? Because it says 9 months left. I keep thinking I misread this thing. In any event, so we're, what, a quarter of our way through the actual mission? You can see claymores in the creek bed or set, or I can seed claymores in the creek bed or set the kill zone at the saddle. Saddle kill, wider arcs but harder exfil, creek bed, kill zone, short fields of fire. I want the easier exfil if we have to pull out. Consider a 2-man bait team to draw movement. No bait. Tight overwatch. Contact expected at dusk. Choose your breakout plan. Exfil north through the elephant grass. Hook east along the spur to avoid pursuit. Ambush patrol near Chu Pong Massif. The following soldiers were wounded. David Doc Franklin and Marvin Long. No one was killed. Extraordinary bravery. Exemplary conduct. When do I get to promote people? Now, apparently, we can promote one person to Grenadier. So I can click this and who do I want to promote? Does it help their morale if I promote them? Do they actually care? It's only certain officers, so only certain people. So when you hover over a section here, you can see there, you can promote them if they're green. Let's promote the guy up here because he obviously is the most medals, so that means he's good, right? It does give a nice little chunk to the morale as well. 10 morale. So apparently he's a guy who likes promotions. No FNGs. Still just the one KIA. Still just the one discharged. Okay. Get the guys with under 50 morale now. I could just keep lowering my standards. How Vietnam is that? Nobody is going on mission with under 50 morale. Including the LT, I guess. I guess the LT needs... The platoon leader needs a day off. Can I move someone else to that position? No. So platoon sergeant, I guess, is going on mission. Combat power is 85, so we're down from starting at 100 to 85. It is near Dak To, Kontum province. They killed Kenny! Alright, advance along the ridgeline or push the valley floor with thick cover. Ridgeline clear, comms exposed, skyline. Well, the skyline doesn't matter. We're not going to get hit by air. But the valley floor seems... I mean, it says it's stealthier, but I hate giving up the high ground, so let's stick to the ridgeline. Demo charges are limited. Possible cave complex. Assault the entrance. Fuck no, I'm not going underground. FO can walk in, short artillery prep. Light prep, then maneuver. Alright. Again, I think I'm defaulting to cowardice rather than bravery. Thomas Grayson was wounded, no one was killed. Jennings, extraordinary bravery. Bailey, Henderson, good conduct. I wish there was like some sort of like element where your commanding officers are like, you're doing a good job, or you're not. Because it does feel a little lacking on feedback for these missions. I have no sense of if my bosses are happy or not. This guy's still in reserve. Morale definitely went up for Raymond Foster in reserve, so I guess reserve is another way to get guys' morale up. It doesn't increase the overall morale of the troops because you still could get deployed, but maybe you're less likely to be in a dangerous situation. Still just the one guy discharged. Nobody currently wounded. No more medals for me. No more base events. Potential LZ is a tight elephant grass patch or a wide dusty clearing. Wide clearing is safer. Longer walk. Closer to the objective. We'll take the risk. Enemy scouts are circling the LZ. Call in gunships overhead. Supply bird can drop more ammo now or later at the objective. Yeah, more now. Give me the bullets. We'll get lighter as we fight. James Patterson, John Reeves, Victor Monroe, all wounded, nobody killed. Also, I wish there was a little bit more report, like exemplary bravery or exemplary conduct doesn't really tell me anything. I mean, like, sure, they're brave. Good job, boys. I'm glad you were brave. But also, so what? 42, that dude's morale is low. I would also be interesting if you could take missions off. Weapon trophy from the jungle. A soldier brought home a weapon trophy from the jungle and wants to show it around. Sure. Anything to help the boys' morale at this point. Alright. No promotions. There's like no other menus. Hey, David. How you doing? I'll probably be doing some Task Force Admiral tomorrow. I know they just allowed us to start doing content for Midway, and I also want to get to War in Spain, but I didn't get a key for War in Spain till release day, and that is a game that, as much as I would like to just jump in, it's going to take a little bit of time for me to familiarize myself so I don't make a complete fool of myself. I'm sure I still will make a fool of myself, but so I don't make a complete fool of myself, I need a little bit of time with it. Task Force Admiral comes out in like 4 days, I think. Choose battalion axis. Fast push along the dry creek or methodical advance over the spur. Spur with overwatch, please. Enemy withdrawal routes. Detach a platoon to establish a blocking position. Hold cast for troops in contact calls only. Operation Silver Bayonet. Falling soldier wounded. Bruce Henderson, Victor Monroe, Harold Jenkins. Do the same guys all get wounded every time? Whoa, that is a long casualty list. No. William Bull Turner. Was he my LT? That's a hefty butcher's bill there. Yeah, I think my LT died. Second Lieutenant William Bull Turner. Boston, Mass. Oh, here's the X on the card right there. Okay, that's weird. I never saw that before. So you can close those. That wasn't a bug. It just was a poor UI. Okay. Well, we lost our LT. Can I get a butter bar? Ooh, we got some replacements coming online. So we lost our LT. We still have multiple discharged. Hal Jenkins was wounded multiple times. He's our Milwaukee, Wisconsin boy. He made it 5 months in. Hopeless romantic. Doesn't tell me why he was discharged. Like, obviously he's medically discharged, but I don't know what happened. Hopefully he's gonna recover. Eddie Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia. We already knew about him. Bruce Henderson, Phoenix, Arizona. Big loves comic books and movies. Squad calls him Captain America. Poor Captain America. Skippy Dixon always carries dice, says he's rolling for his life. Well, he survived anyway, from Reno, Nevada. Vic Monroe, Bakersfield, California. Grease Monkey and Motorcycle Nut draws pinup girls on ammo crates. The boys will miss him. Jerry Klein of Cincinnati, Ohio. Failed out of engineering school, volunteered for every dangerous mission. So it seems like we lost some pretty valuable folks. 30 morale. You're going to sit this one out, buddy. Dear God, the morale is low. Somehow, Charles Dempsey's morale's at 100. Don't know why. Maybe he's happy at one of the casualties. Oh God, 30 morale. All right, so we also have some FNGs. Private E2 Edward McMillan. First Class Tommy Grant. I don't know who any of these guys are. Let's see. So their morale is pretty decent. Writes letters to his high school sweetheart every Sunday. Hopefully you don't get a Dear John. All right, well, that's a lot of FNGs to integrate on one mission. No officer for this unit, so that would be nice if we had an officer. The lack of a lieutenant feels like a bit of a hindrance, but no base events. I guess we'll go right back out. Skippy was the heart and soul of the platoon. Maybe. Dark overcast night. Consider using star clusters and flares. No. Strict noise and discipline. 2-man LP ahead of the patrol base. Sure, let's get him killed. Wrestle the hedgerows, possible probe. Hopefully they're not our own boys and we kill them. Of course, I don't know if they were my own boys and if we killed them because I don't get any feedback on that. All right, Donald Reeves, Johnny Reeves. How many Reeves are there? Are they brothers? Are they related? David Doc Franklin wounded. Nobody killed. And some exemplary conduct for some boys. Any promotions? Squad leader. Oh, okay. So now I can backfill. So the reason for promotions here are just backfill. Your morale sucks. So you need the morale perk of being promoted, right? Squad leader backfill. I don't want any of these guys to be my squad leader. I'm not really looking, but like they need the morale. Grenadier. All right, there's a couple of promos also. Let's pull some of these guys back too. Promote RTO. Anybody who's like, I'm just promoting the guys who are unhappy. A lot of promotions for the people who are discharged, I guess. So we're getting morale up just by handing out promotions. Okay, so a lot of promotions there. Help the morale out quite a bit. So that's the cure, everybody. That's the cure. Just give everybody a promotion and then everybody's happy. All right, we'll pull the lowest morale folks off the line as usual. Why is Dempsey so happy? Bounced out of 2 colleges for fighting. Vietnam became his reset button. Keeps a private journal. Okay. It's from Chicago, Illinois. He's in my neck of the woods. Larry Costello, 36 morale. That dude's not going to fight again. Sure, his squad mates won't be thrilled with that. Morale's almost back up to 60 with all the FNGs and the promotions. No base events. Let's go back out on mission. Gunships can simulate a false insert to mislead watchers. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you do that? Flight profile over broken train. Contour flight slower but masked. Yeah. After landing, expand nearby knoll or stay tight. Expand a knoll, dominate the approaches. Let's see what happens here. Quan Tin Province. Glenn Brewer wounded. Rick Simmons wounded. Nobody killed. Carl C.J. Jennings. Should I be keeping track of people who are getting commendations for exemplary gallantry? Like, I'm just promoting based on, you know. Also, I've lost track of discharges, but it looks like we've sent 6 people back. My records, I guess I got whatever this is. What is that? Green with hashes or whatever. Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal issued by the government of South Vietnam to those who served at least 6 months in Vietnam after 1960. Well, yeah, I guess we've done that. No, you can't move guys between slots. This just tells you, like, if I move someone, it tells me he's the medic. But it doesn't, and it tells his role there. But like, if I were to pull him off and put him on base, then I'd know, hey, you're missing a medic slot. That's all that's for. That doesn't you can't move people between. All right, so Costello got 2 morale back, but he's still below 40. $42, $43. All right. I guess maybe one of the realistic things, it seems like a lot of the, like, this guy's a good soldier type things at the end of each mission seem to be the same people, which, like, I guess maybe that's accurate. Tam Kai, Quan Trinh Province. Okay. Where do I put my observation? Ring top OP, long fields of risk of silhouette. Tree line OP, closer, better concealment. Air section offers a quick photo run over the suspected trails. Well, the air recon will probably give away the fact that we're doing stuff, so I'd decline in this case. Rain incoming. Sorry, boys, you're going through the mud. Not pulling out before the rain. Get the mission done. Donald Reeves, Doc Franklin, both wounded. Oh no! Gene Lightning Carter. Killed. Wasn't he one of our better soldiers? So we're up to 3K. Gene Lightning Carter made it 6 months into his tour. He's from Miami, Florida. I can't read because of the deceased moniker. Faster with a rifle. Something fast on something, faster with a rifle. Grew up racing boats in the Everglades. Okay. Well, too bad for you, sir. Too bad for you. FNGs, do we got one? No, not yet. Promotions, Master RTO. Sure. Auto Rifleman. $32 morale. We'll give it to you, Delgado. All right, so anybody in the 30s? This guy. Combat power is at 74. So, like, I assume that influences how successful our missions are, but everybody else, you gotta go. We gotta make sure we're going into this mission properly. So let's fight. Advance through a rubber plantation or the denser jungle belt. Rubber plantation's faster. Fresh tunnels. Blow them and collapse them. Uncleared hamlet on the approach to the objective. Bypass. Hopefully we don't get ambushed as a result. Following soldiers were wounded. Edward McMillan, Ernest Graves. No, we lost more K. Killed. James Patterson. Poor guy. So I'm just losing one man per mission now, huh? He was a master RTO. I had just promoted him. Ranch kid turned paratrooper, fixed fences, shot rattlesnakes. Okay. Sorry, boys. Maybe that's just a cursed rank. Okay. Our combat value is not doing so hot. We do have some new FNGs. All right. Des Moines, Iowa. Trying to rebuild his life in uniform. Seems a common thing. All right. Is anybody below? We'll just do, you're at 40. You're at 35. 41. 38. 37. Man. Combat value's 58 with all these guys off the line. Jesus. The morale is actually better. The morale is 65. It's the best morale we've had in a while, but we've got so few men. We're down 10 men. So maybe I need some of those guys back. What's max copy request? Squad leader asks for a copy of patrol map to study the terrain. Sure. Does that help us? Doesn't seem to. All right, I'm just putting everybody out there. Combat value of 80. I need better combat volume. I think that directly results in more or less casualties. The text is tiny. It is not great. It probably won't look great in the video either, but we could do a better job of, a big screen, I guess you probably see it okay, but okay. We're taking fire. Gunship suppressed. Staggered lift under fire. Sure. Shift to a new LZ. Okay, let's see what happened in this mission. Paul P.J. Jefferson wounded. Charles Dempsey wounded. Nobody killed. Thank God. Good job, boys. I'm surprised that pulling guys with like cratered morale hurts combat value so much. It's like their morale's in the 30s. You really want them out there? You really think they're going to be effective soldiers for you? I don't. Just the two of us. We can make it to the end of our tour, just the two of us. Only 4 more months. Kind of want to see if we can get through the tour quickly-ish. Flooded Patty to seize dike line. Slower start. I don't want to get my boys crushed. Establish blocks. Bunkers along the tree line. Gunships and artillery. Operation Marauder. Plane Reeds of the Mekong Delta. Man, we are all over Vietnam. Marvin Long, Raymond Foster, Chuck Charles Dempsey Raymond. Oh my God, that's a lot of wounded, but nobody killed. We still at the 6 discharge? No, we've got more than that. We've got 9 soldiers have been sent home due to their wounds. Still just the 4 KIA. Couple of discharged this last mission. Okay. All right, your morale's at 37. Anybody below 36 is going to get to sit the mission out. I don't even really look at the combat value at this point. Maybe I should. 63 is not very good, which makes me want to play more cautious. We're into 66, by the way. It's 1966. It's more functional than Radio Commander. Radio General was a lot of fun. Radio Commander, I played it a little bit. I don't remember it not being functional. I remember the acting was absurd, but... Two candidate LZs, a terrorist patty on a tight bamboo thicket. Local PF platoon nearby offers to guide. What's a PF platoon? Sure. Combine. Hopefully they don't betray us, but I wouldn't know because it doesn't tell me what the result of any of these choices are. Michael Landry, Glenn Brewer, Raymond Fisher, all wounded. No, Bobby Delgado killed. Poor boys. Did I make bad decisions? I don't know. All right, so that's our 5th KA. Bobby Delgado, poor guy. He's from San Antonio, Texas. Made it through 8 months of his tour. Enlisted to make something of himself. Well, he made a casket of himself, unfortunately. That's unfair. My dad was a vet in Vietnam. I'm not being lightly, not speaking lightly. It's just unfortunate result, you know. Enlist to make something of yourself and never make it home. That's sad. All right, so Larry Costello, you're not a very effective soldier for me. I've got you on leave. Got you on base duty more often than I've got you out on mission. I wonder how your men feel about that. You know, that would be another interesting element of this game, is if you could, like, if your decisions influenced, you know, morale, right? Like, does a guy staying back on base influence morale? Meanwhile, apparently the Peter Vaughn is a 2nd lieutenant, so we got our butter bar. Just like melty butter. Local militia? Okay. So maybe they betrayed us. I don't know, though, because the game doesn't tell me that. All right. So we'll go with 2064. Any base events? Rifle malfunctions? That doesn't sound good. Several rifles in one squad are malfunctioning. Prioritize the armor to fix them. Why would I not prioritize the armor to fix them? Jesus. I'm curious how many of my men are even originals still. Broadline, faster clearance, bounding. I'm always a big fan of bounding Overwatch. Villagers signal a suspicious hamlet. For all I know, they just have a grudge against the hamlet. With interpreters. Kick fast before traps are set. I suppose in this case, dynamic breach might make sense. Unless these guys are leading us into an ambush already set. Fleeing contacts, break contact into tree line. We are not going to run willy-nilly into the forest. Seems like a bad idea. Peter, Pete Vaughn, Anthony Rousseau, and Thomas Tommy Grant wounded. Nobody killed. All right. So how many discharges are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 men failed to get off their duty because they were badly wounded. And then we've got the 5 KIA. I also think maybe just we should discharge Costello. His inability to fight, because he's always, he says quiet, dependable, writes postcards to his grandmother. He's been here 9 months, but he hasn't been on many missions of late. Most of my, let's see, we've got, how many people here? 23. So we've got a bunch of replacements. How many guys are originals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So half of our authorized strength are originals still. Bunch of FNGs coming in. Promotions to hand out. Let's see if we can get Costello's morale up by giving him some promotion. Morale's already 83. It's also a silly way to do promotions. Just be like, hey, who's the least happy? Let's promote you. Can't see behind this. I don't know. All right, so morale's back over 60. Combat value's almost up to full strength at 98. I don't want to leave the medic behind. Graves, I know your morale's shot, but we need a medic on the damn mission. You're at 39. You're the only person I'd probably leave behind. I guess maybe McMillan. He can rest. Harold Dean, your morale's good. You're back on mission. So the combat power is back up to full. This game is on Steam, on Scheinhund. No base events. 3 months left. Dry Creek, quiet but channeled. Elephant Grass, better. We'll do the concealment. Enemy trail activity at a distance. Call in the grid and disengage. Fuck the count. I don't want to backtrack. That seems like a recipe for ambush. Peter Pete Vaughn, Stevie Nash, wounded. Carl Jennings and was killed. Damn. Thank you for the resub, Stein. Appreciate it. 54 months is a long time. That's what it said. It says X54, so. All right, so we took another KIA, I think it was. Morale drops a bit. Morale definitely influences combat value, but sitting someone with low morale doesn't. Why is Philip Green not the platoon leader? So when we had him as an auto rifleman, the combat power was less. Another briefing. Everybody goes. 2 months left. Low and fast. Secure arcs. Push aggressively to take the key land, the key terrain. Ammo running low. Mark the LZ with smoke. That was aggressive decisions all along the line. Edward McMillan, Charles Dempsey, and Dennis Denny Clark were wounded. We did take KIA Ronald Bailey. I haven't really been paying attention the last couple KAs to see if they were originals. This guy was not, but he was close. He was an early replacement, 4 months. Kenny Freeman. Oh, Ronald Bailey was an original. 2 months. Oh, poor dude. He only made it to 2 months left. Well, shoot. We got 2 months left. Costello's upset again after being on a few missions. PJ Jefferson, just always happy. I don't know what RTO stands for. Is that radio operator? Well, I can't. How do I promote someone who... Okay. Can I... Congratulations. Man, the morale is going to be so good because I'm sure these guys care so much about these promotions. Okay. Johnny Reeves, you're an original, aren't you? Yeah, 2 months left. All right, well, we're close. No base events. Briefing, let's go. Stealth first. Suspected tripwire. No, disarming it in the dark seems like a bad idea. Ambush him. This game? This is 12 months Vietnam. Gary Simmons. Was Gary an original? That's all I care now. Getting my boys out. He was not. He was a replacement, so that's fine. Sorry, Gary, but it's true. All right. We're down to 1 month left. Everybody's going on these missions. Nobody gets to stay home. We need to maximize our firepower and chance of success. Keep the armor close. Fix and flank. Blocking platoon. That's a lot of wounded. No one was killed, though. So we've got 20 actives. We've got 4 replacements. There must have been some discharged for... yeah, we're up to a lot of discharge. All right, so we got 1 month left. We've got 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 originals are all that's left of the 30 men we brought to the tour. 22 have been either KIA, of which we've lost 3, 6, 8 KIA. And a lot of discharges. Now, not all of those were originals. Some of those were replacements, but 8 KIA. 19 wounded and sent home. Pre-mission prayer. Some soldiers want to give a prayer. Sure, what do I care? Anything for the boys' morale. Okay. I don't actually know if the game ends at 12 months either. We'll find out. Everybody goes, though. Nobody gets to stay home these last few missions. Ridge spur on or bamboo corpse. Cops. Better concealment. 2-man LP before dusk? Yes, with trip flares on approach. Faint movement and brushes to the southern flank. Shadow quietly. The following soldiers were wounded. Clyde Richardson, no casualties. Costello showed exemplary bravery. The poor morale guy does a good job. I think we've got one more mission. Okay, not a lot of guys I can choose for this. The morale is surprisingly good of the boys who are still left. Oh my god. These are like chain promotions where more comes up every time I promote one guy. Alright. Base events? Nothing. No FNGs. Let's go. I think this is our last mission. At least for the 1 year. Bridge hopping, better masking. Gunships can prep suspected tree line. Save rockets to screen liftoff. Hold and reconnoiter. Okay. Dock tow. The following soldiers were wounded. Stanley Stan Ross, Wayne McAllister. The following soldiers were killed. No, Albert Martinez. Are we done? Are we not? I don't see any 1 month troops left, so they must have gotten sent home. Maybe I don't get sent home. Maybe I gotta keep fighting. What's the... Did I... Awards. Is there a 12-month award? Okay. I don't know. We haven't made any combat jumps, so not me. I don't even know. Air medal, purple heart, bronze star. All right, I'm not really sure, but it looks like all of our boys with the 1 month left are discharged or sent home. Does it tell me? I guess it does tell me the reason. Medical. I don't have to click through all these, but I would have assumed I was done. Do I keep doing missions? Past a year? That's kind of annoying. Why is it called 12 months if it doesn't end at 12 months? Twelve months. I mean, veterans are replaced, yes, so we've taken losses. My character has been in Vietnam for 12 months now. Also, can people win Medals of Honor? Like, it's an award there. I'm not clear on if guys can actually win it. I keep hearing the same radio calls. Okay, so I think this will be the last mission. L-shape ambush, yes. Okay, so what happened here? Clyde Richardson, Alan Pierce. Oh no! Nelson Wright. Killed. I wonder if you can lose more than one. I've never lost more than one soldier in an individual mission. But the morale of the boys is good. New replacements. Yeah, it doesn't tell me... I mean, I'm guessing maybe... I don't think it lists the soldiers here. Did Costello make it? That's morale. Does it tell you why they were discharged? Not that I can see. So... in any event, I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I appreciate you coming out. Now that I'm here, I'm lured into staying. I've been here 13 months. Time to go home. And time to wrap this stream up here. We started way late. I did want to go ahead and take a look at this game. We will probably do some Task Force Admiral tomorrow, maybe War in Spain. I think I need more time with War in Spain. But I hope you guys enjoyed this short little stream looking at 12 Months of Vietnam, a new game out by, what is it, Alpha 6 Games. An interesting concept. I think there needs to be more to it. It doesn't say it's early access, so maybe, maybe we get to, maybe there will be more. I don't know. But yeah, interesting little game that I would like to see more depth to it. But overall, Hope you guys enjoyed this look. Oh, okay. So I just read the description on Steam. Every soldier serves a 12-month tour with optional extensions up to 3 tours if morale allows it. Okay. Poor boys. But yeah, that would be good luck. Anyway, that's obviously more than 1 tour. In any event, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks again for coming out. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out. Bye-bye.